All right. So we just been in here rapping. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start the show.
Yeah. I mean, that's how
Let's
all
get it.
great podcasts start, man. It's a conversation.
For sure. Yo,
It's
I'm
a
so
mother-
glad, so happy
It's a motherfucking
to be back. It only took like 1 week off.
That's it.
Felt like mad long though. I was
It
like,
be-
damn, we don't got an episode this week. I don't know.
Every time we take like a
Hiatus.
quote unquote break or hiatus,
Yeah.
be feeling like a year and a half.
It does.
It really be like 3 weeks max.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it don't be that much time.
Yeah, because even in the height of the painting, what is it? It was like a month and a half, maybe a month and a half.
That's it.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
And that just goes to show you when
Consistency.
you working and you doing some shit that you actually like. It's not work.
So what's let me greet the what's poppin', everybody. We're back in the building, the Reke and
What it
Reem
do?
podcast episode number 10.
Or what it is.
We probably are at
So-
100 overall episodes at this point, especially
be.
since we've been splitting the music out.
Oh, we
and-
for sure.
Well, I guess we're gonna do the music after this time because I definitely just introduced the regular. All right, that's
it's
done.
all good.
Yeah, man, happy to be back. Happy to be in the building.
Yeah.
Um,
Alive and well, breathing. Got a nice glass jar of agua.
All right, but forget all that. Why?
Don't forget the agua.
Why
What's up? Talk to me.
Why do you wear condoms?
Why do I wear condoms?
Yeah. What's
My grandmother watches this.
Hey, sorry, Grandma. It was on the list. What better
I
way
didn't even peep.
to come out the
It's
gate?
the first thing on the list.
I told you I was putting it on there.
Okay.
Maybe not exactly that way, but yeah.
So my reasoning for condoms protection is because I'm not trying to get sick for real.
What, yo?
Like if we keeping it like if we being 100% honest, I'm really just not trying to get sick. And
That's real.
Yeah.
I feel like you said that intentionally, but it's okay. So look, here's the thing, right?
Nah.
The reason why this is a topic, because we was talking to Demo. Shout out to Demo. I don't even know how we got on this topic, but anyways, it is. But I'm not gonna put him on blast. I won't do it to you.
Yeah. We know why your name is Demo.
But what I said, what I said was like my rationale it was not about illness. Like I'm not worried about getting sick for real. Like that's not my primary concern, right? My primary concern is having to take care of a child for 20 years that I don't want with somebody that I might not even like that much, right? Because I feel before you go wherever you're about to go, I just feel strongly enough in my my taste in my choices that like health is not my primary concern. My primary concern is like, all right, if this shit breaks and I got a kid, like I have to deal with this for 20 years, and this is not the situation I want.
Okay, I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
So in that situation, yes.
Yeah.
The issue would be pregnancy, because if it's that, like
that's let me tell you,
as a young man, there's
as a youth,
there's 2 styles of young ladies that you
all right,
you feel me?
Let's
There's
see
the
where you
ones
go
you
with this.
know, and there's the ones you don't really know.
Right.
So the ones you don't really know, the thought is, I'm not trying to get sick. I'm not worried about having no kid.
Right. So
I'm worried about getting sick. With the ones I know, then it's like, all right, yeah, I'm not trying to have no kid. It's not about, because I know you. It's about, that, because it's 2 thought processes.
I would say it's also a bit of a little bit of arrogance on my part as well. Because
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a catch. It's like you ain't about to catch me slipping.
No, for real.
So we buckle the seatbelt, shawty.
I know I'm a catch. That's
yeah.
why, hey, this dick ain't free.
Precisely. But what this reminded me of, I remember when I was first getting active, I remember I was in CVS, and I was buying a box.
Place to get active.
And them bro, like chill out. I was in the CVS shopping. I was purchasing some condoms, buying my seatbelts. And I remember texting my brother. I was like, "Yo, it's like condoms are so expensive," and he was like, "Consider the alternative." I was like, "Well, shit, go ahead, take my money."
I was literally about to say that. I was like, hey,
$16.
16 versus
20 years.
16,000.
Yeah. So
Plus,
that's really where it lies. I feel like I don't really associate with CD women.
Hey, you try not to.
Facts.
The
Okay.
goal is not. Okay, that sounds
Fair.
like I'm out here. I made that sound like I'm out here.
And you don't know, right? Things don't look like what they seem. Like
Exactly.
like Demo's
all
story.
All that glitters is not gold.
There you go. Like Demo's story. All that glitters is not gold. Sometimes it glitters and it be arsenic.
Hey, sometimes it glitters and it be asbestos.
I think I said too much. I'll bleep that out if I remember. I'm sorry.
But so yes,
moving on.
The moral of the story:
stay strapped.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Stay strapped.
Right. So let's.
Yeah, I'm not suggesting not to wear them. I'm just saying that my primary concern is having to pay for a child.
Yeah, paying for anything excessive that you're not ready for is just like.
At least that you didn't choose. I mean, how is one ready to raise a child? I don't know, but if you ain't make the choice, if it's not a conscious choice, I don't. It's,
If you ain't choose to do it and you gotta pay for it, yeah,
that sucks.
It does suck. Now I understand why I wasn't allowed to like do a lot of extreme things because it's like if I break my arm, it's like
yeah. All right, what's next?
What's next? It's crazy. So, Ramadan.
Oh, we don't have to go in order, but okay.
Okay, yeah, let's not go.
That's fine. You said it now. Ramadan. So I decided to participate
made out of
this year.
Lambskin, and that's is lambskin kosher?
Yo, but kosher is Jewish. Has nothing to do with. Anyways,
did I do a racism?
So my dad, nah.
Okay,
it's not. I wouldn't call it that. But if it blows up, then by all means, watch the rest of our episodes. Tap in on social media. Put it above here. But yeah, nah. So I decided to participate in Ramadan this year. Ironically, I called my dad and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not doing this year." I'm like, "Oh, okay." But it's only really the second week. Not even the second week's not even complete yet. And what I found is that food is largely a distraction. Intentionally or otherwise, or unintentionally. And, you know, I feel amazing. I have more energy than I normally have. I've been working out more than I normally do. Like, it's great. But the biggest thing that stood out to me was processing stuff that I didn't know that I was carrying. That's like the conversation we were having yesterday, right? So there's some shit I didn't like since 2011. So 10 years ago, I thought I was cool. But, like, I guess just having so much time, I guess, away from the distraction of food and just always like, blah, 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 it started bubbling up on its own. And I've been forced to sit with it. Because, like, you come home, right, and sometimes I'll play the game, whatever, but, like, a lot of times you walk around the house bored and you just go in the kitchen.
Yeah.
That's not an option. And so then what do? You try to refocus on whatever it is you're working on, yada, yada, yada. But it's just interesting that these things boiled up. And I've been forced to face them and have been dealing with them. And I feel like at this point I've rectified them and I'm free of this burden that I didn't realize I've been carrying for 10 years. Yeah. Which is crazy.
That's,
yeah.
Well, one, that's interesting because I never thought of food as like a distraction in that sense like that. So that makes a lot of sense to me in the sense of like why gluttony is associated with like one of the 7 sins, because it's like it's not good for your body, but it's also not good for your mental in the fact of it being somewhat of a distraction. Like people comfort eat. Shit. So it's like I didn't even think about it like that, and I've known the term comfort eating like ever since a child, cause Family Guy and shit like that. But like I never thought of it like that. Like when you just eating stuff, and it don't even have to be in a gluttonous manner. Just the foods that you eat, the manner in which you eat
I was about
them,
to say that.
Like it's
because I still have a sweet tooth, so I go to the store and I still buy candy, but like I can't eat it. But then when I break fast, I don't want to eat junk food. I want to eat something real and substantial. But then I eat so much that the candy's like a non-consideration, and so it just sits, and then there's more, and there's more. So now like there's mad candy on the bookshelf.
Okay. So I'm understanding. But yeah, that's wow. Like that just stuck out to me. That's crazy.
Yeah, because
that's dope.
one of the things, like one of the reasons the human body tries to heal itself. That's part of the reason why you eat. Like obviously for nourishment, but the nourishment then gets used to heal itself. And one of the things that
not feeding ourselves
people will say is, or your body also stores trauma, right?
Yeah.
And trauma, you could say, is dis-ease or illness. So if once you give your body the time and space to heal itself, that includes the trauma that's stored in like your DNA.
Yeah.
And like, and I feel like that's the process that I'm going through, or that I've gone through the last week or so. So now I'm wondering what the next, because we're 12 days in, 10 days in. Like, what are the next 20 days gonna look like?
Yeah,
just levitate to work.
I wonder if that's also like the idea of when people like lose their appetite, like when they're depressed and they lose their appetite. I wonder if that's their body telling them like,
yes,
you need to sit with some shit for a second.
Yes, and the reason why I say that so adamantly is because my dad made this point. When animals get sick, they just go lay down, and they stay there until they get better.
Yeah.
So well, you've had a dog, yeah. Like your dog is sick, he just goes and chills.
Yeah, he just goes
and that's it.
Down.
And like just waits till he just allows his body to do what it's gonna do. But we don't do that, and yeah, it's just it's mind blowing.
I never thought about it like that.
Transformative.
Never thought about it like that. But
listen to your body.
Listen to your fucking body.
And it's a temple.
It's really a temple.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to drop this one tomorrow. So if y'all want to join in, you can join in the fun.
Please.
The Ramadan fun.
Indubitably. Yeah. I was about to say I've been getting a lot of requests to be on the pod.
Bet. Make a list.
I got it.
Oh, word.
I got it. I've just been hesitant to like do it until we move to that second spot, because like I don't just want to have niggas just in the spot that you ain't never met before.
True. We can also do it remote. So there's that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, to the spot that I was talking about.
Oh, I meant like they could call in on like some Zoom shit. Either way.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever works.
Yeah. But yeah.
But other spot would be dope too, depending on the latitude we have to set it up.
Hey, look. Yeah. We Yeah.
I have to bring my roses.
Yeah, maybe that's the thing. We'll tell people to bring flowers. But that's weird.
Nah, that's real.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's nice.
And then we'll get some variety, because I'm only buying roses. But anyways, we're digressing.
We are digressing. Listen to your motherfucking body. It's a temple. That's what I was saying. Your body is a temple. It's like, it's really a temple.
What that just reminded me of is we always talk about generational trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And like how that's passed down from generation to generation. But here's the part that never gets talked about. If data is getting passed from generation to generation, there's no way that it can only be the trauma.
Absolutely.
Which means that if there's generational trauma, by definition, there's also the generational achievements and excellence.
Oh, absolutely.
But we don't really focus on that. But that's also why I always encourage people to explore their genealogy, because you don't know what folks, like what your great grandparents did or what their parents did or whatever. And like one of them could have been like the biggest, illest entrepreneur, boss in whatever area of the earth he was in.
Oh yeah.
And you don't know, or area of the country, whatever, depending on, whatever. But like you can't dig that out of yourself. Well, you can, but it's easier to bring that out of yourself when you have that connection. Right? He's like, oh yeah, my great uncle, or my great grand uncle on my mom's side, used to like, I don't know, do all the landscaping for the Eastern Seaboard.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, okay, bet. So like that's in me.
Yeah.
You know?
Nah, people do that. They just do it for dumbass reasons, just to flex it at times. Like I do it sometimes too, because I remember when I was younger, my mother told me. Well, I learned, and she told me. She told me because I didn't believe it at first. Then I like did some researches and learned that Harriet Tubman is in like my lineage, like, or like I'm in her lineage some way. I think really it's in marriage, but like
inappropriate joke, but yeah.
Hey, relax.
If you got some of the blood, we talked about that a while ago.
Great grandma, dog.
If you got some of the blood, now I was about to say, never mind. I'm still not gonna say it, but yeah. If you got the blood of Harriet, bro, by all means, that's
I'm a runner.
Yeah,
I'm a leader.
Yeah.
But I'm also it's like nah.
You know-
But like that's not trying to say it like that. But what I was about to say is like when I was younger and I used to know that, I used to just be telling people like, yeah, I'm related to Harriet Tubman. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like there was no thought of the connection.
Yeah, that's like,
and, like a
folks
lot
would
of
be like,
people
yeah,
do
my
that.
man is in the NBA, or like my man is famous. It's like,
Oh,
bro, what are you
Favorite
doing?
thing was, oh yeah, my cousin I got a cousin is such and such, and it's like
But
that's people
what-
just use it as a
What are you doing?
a talker.
Hit
they
him with the
don't,
Kawhi.
like- Some people
Good job, bro.
like some people will use it and utilize it, but it also depends. Like you can't. It's tricky having a family member that's like super successful and accessible. It's one thing when like they've passed and they in your distance and lineage, because that's more so what we was talking about.
Yeah.
That's you always got to know where you come from, but the thing is, once you know where you come from, then you gotta use that. But
You don't have to, but you should. But also,
I mean,
knowing
you're
where you
going
come
to.
from, yeah, exactly. Knowing where
No
you
matter
come from
what.
makes it more likely that you're gonna find strength and confidence in it and go forward because you can look back. Like that's why I always joke about pirates and stuff. Because Black Sam is
To
like,
yeah, he's a legend.
yo, legend,
Fucking legend.
legend.
But that's what I was about to say. To that point, like it's not always the actions; it's the character. I was talking to my sister about this, about the choices that people make, and it's like your actions don't always. Oh shit! Cut me out. The government. It was the motherfucking government.
Crap. Okay, well this one's still going, so we're good.
But yeah, your actions don't always determine your character. Sometimes because we're human and we have the human flaw, like born with the human curse of sin or whatever you want to call it, natural flaws. So every decision we make isn't always going to be the best. Your intentions may be pure at all times, but you might not always make the best judgment call based on circumstances, situations, and stuff like that. So
yeah, that's a tenet of like maybe Hindu spirituality, but basically the guru said that only intentions can be pure. All action is flawed. But go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. So part of that is understanding that and growing from the action, because I also hate when people understand that but they use that as a crutch to keep acting the way they act.
Yeah,
it's like, well, this is like I'm this type of I'm it's just like
that's just how I am. Shut up.
Yeah, it's not. Work on that shit. Like
Yeah.
we got problems. Work on that shit. Like you don't have to have that problem.
I will say this though, the that's just how I am. If you're cool with the results that you're getting,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah. If you cool.
If you have
then you
issues, I don't want to hear it. Don't tell
Exactly.
me that's just how I am. No. Different inputs, different outputs.
There you go. Don't talk to me. about
And I guess
shit.
that actually leads into do you have an identity?
There you go. Do you have an identity? Do you have an identity? We all think we have an identity, I think. We all want to think we have an identity.
I want to say yeah. I want to say that the common threads across all of the places that I go and people I interact with is that I do try to be a net contributor. So wherever I'm at, I always try to add more than what I'm taking away. Make sure I'm contributing to wherever I'm at. And thankfully I tend to be around folks that also do that, but I'm also welcome to places because people know like if I pull up, I'm gonna be contributing something positive. So that definitely is the same. Obviously, you have maybe different levels of humor around different folks, but I feel like I'm a pretty consistent person. But it's always strange to me when you come across folks that are so willing to immediately try to fit in to what's going on where they got to. Instead of just being themselves and enjoying the relationships, they try to be like who they're around. And it's like, okay, but if you're molding yourself so immediately to this environment you just walked in, who are you really? And do you have any idea?
Yeah.
It's like it would seem like no.
No, yeah. That's a good point. That's the only point.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. I had an interaction like that today, and it was just like, oh, you're not even like your own person, are you? Like you don't have to try to be around. You don't have to try to be like the people you're around.
You ain't got to lie to kick it.
There you go.
You ain't got to lie to kick it.
What
Kendrick said it best. Kendrick said it best.
No, I'm reading what you wrote on the other side of
call
that.
niggas on their lies, cause
Yeah.
look, man,
This ain't you.
The more I'm learning and understanding energies and stuff like that, you just know it's not like it's becoming easier for me to just tell when someone's not being themselves, or someone's like holding something back or trying to like, and it's just like,
yeah,
like,
yeah. I feel
like I hate that I keep saying like, but
just pause.
I have no words.
Find some other words.
I'm looking for words. I have none. I don't know what to describe it as.
That's actually another thing that I've noticed.
Weird.
During this fast, during the Ramadan, is that with the additional energy that I have, feels like the wrong word, but I'm more comfortable with and able to just be more of who I am, like unapologetically.
I feel that.
And that's kind of a weird feeling, because usually like we'll have especially as we're growing and we're younger, we have moments where like we really feel like we're, we'll have 10 toes down in who we fully are, and standing up for ourselves and speaking our minds or whatever, and then you start to think about it, like, oh, but what if so and so got upset, or like, what if but now it's like, nah, fam, like, just no.
I feel you.
Don't do that. Like today, well, I'm trying to give too much context, but I think one of the reasons why the feedback in terms of that group setting being difficult was when I had to get loud, and like I know nobody expected that, because I don't usually do that. But I was like, y'all not about to do this to me right now. Like, I'm trying to be calm and proceed forward, but we just go no.
Yeah, that was funny. I don't even think niggas be realizing they be talking.
I don't either.
They just be saying shit, and it's just like,
or that it's so disruptive.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, well, I'm just having this one conversation, but but everybody does that. Chaos.
Most people don't understand how loud they are.
All right.
That's a broad statement, man.
I thought that's hilarious. I wish that was a pun. It's not, but that would have been hysterical. I thought, because at first I thought that was a jab, but anyways, carrying on.
That's funny. Good one.
Claps on you. There was your pun, bro.
Hey, man, but you pointed it out. It was my pun, but you punned it.
Word.
But yeah, just take away from that. Just be your fucking self. And the more you're yourself, the more people that like you will start to come around you, and the more people that don't like you will start to go away.
Ooh, even better. The more you're yourself, the more people that actually like you for you will come around, especially because you're gonna feel better about being yourself, because you're not trying to shrink yourself for anybody else's sake, which you shouldn't ever. Like, if you're great, be great, whatever. And the folks that love you for your greatness are gonna come around you, and the folks that don't sincerely love you because you're stepping into your greatness is offensive to them will leave, and they weren't your friends anyway.
They weren't.
They're weights. They're ankle weights. Yeah. And
you gotta protect your energy, man.
You're not Goku.
You gotta protect your energy. You really do, because there will be people that just hang around you because you are who you are.
You know that Nikola Tesla wouldn't shake hands with people because he felt like it disrupted his energy. Because there's like, when you touch someone, there's an energy exchange.
There is.
And he was so protective of his own that he wouldn't even shake hands with people, because he didn't want their juju to mess with his juju.
Okay, I'm about to take that up.
Yeah, but that makes you wonder, like, when you think about, I guess, where we started the show in terms of laying up with folks, the kind of energy exchanges that go on, and how your life changes depending on who you rocking with. Yeah. That's a real thing.
That is facts.
That's a real thing.
That is definitely facts. I be telling people that shit is a connection. It's not just the act.
100%.
It's a real, as Jada Pinkett would say, a real
entanglement.
Live entanglement. You are entangling your
like
physical
bleach
and your spirit. Thank you. The government don't want us here tonight.
Testing. This is back on. All right, we're back. And Reke is zoned.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was zoned out fast.
Just talking about Jada and the entanglements. Were you giving thoughts to participating in Ramadan?
Yeah. I am. That's fire. I like that idea. But yeah, your body, sex, it's a physical connection, touching people. That's what he was talking about. That's crazy. But in the sense of passing of energies and passing connections and stuff like that. But yeah, sex, that shit is more than just physical act. I know niggas just like it because it feel good, but
great.
That shit real. You got how I think about it is if it ain't just fluid and natural, meaning like I don't gotta get fucked up first.
Yeah. Then, I never understood that either. Like, yo, if I gotta be drunk to rock with you,
that's
like,
not the real first time. That's not real sex.
Then why am I doing this? Because I'm gonna forget. Right, exactly. Like, it doesn't. Not that it doesn't count, but just that, like, I don't want to sleep with someone that I don't want to remember having slept with.
Yeah, it's not.
That's where I'm at with it.
It's not like.
Let me tell you something crazy. I learned yesterday about epigenetics. You know what epigenetics are? It's like meta. It's like, so you have your genes and your gene expression, but then there's like how your environment affects your gene expression is epigenetics. So like, so if you're, as a baby, if your crib was in the weight room, you're probably gonna lift some weights. But if that same baby's crib was in the library, then they're probably gonna books. Yeah. So that's that's a super crude example of what that is. But they're saying that if you sleep, if a woman's body absorbs some sperm, especially the vaginal canal, and then they give birth to another man's baby down the line, that baby gets genes from the dude whose sperm she absorbed before. So what I'm saying is, like, woman A, man A, sleeping around, whatever, but like clearly no protection, no kids. They don't want kids. Okay, let's say there's still woman A, man B, sleep together, no protection, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Woman A, man C. Oh yeah, let's get married, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. That child that they have can carry genes from man A and man B, despite it not being their kid, only because of like the mitochondrial DNA that got absorbed by the woman's body.
Yeah.
However, that is not a one-way street.
It's not.
That's like, so all, like you said, all the exchanges and stuff, like the fluid exchanges, that works both ways. So like, people understand like how many, skin cells or cheek cells or whatever from your body get exchanged even when you're kissing and stuff. That functionally changes who you are, like literally on a cellular level. It's crazy.
That makes sense.
Makes you rethink dealing with folks.
It makes me happy about the decisions that I've made in my life because I don't be fucking with nobody.
I gotta, yeah.
I sometimes.
Yep, I know.
So UFC 261.
Usman is giving Masvidal a title shot, giving him a look at the belt. Yeah. It's actually, the main card is bonkers. The main card has 3 belts, I want to say.
UFC has been going crazy lately. That little Fight Island is
making up for 2020. So yeah, I don't think this is on Fight Island. But anyways, there's 3 title fights. It's Usman and Masvidal, Zhang Weili and Rose Namajunas, and then Valentina Shevchenko and Jessica Andrade.
Rose.
And then Uriah Hall, Chris Weidman. It's not a title fight, but it is a main event.
Hey, those 2 heavy hitters, baby.
Yeah, for sure.
2 heavy hitters. So I'm thinking that, Usman is gonna beat Masvidal's ass.
Think so?
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
I think so.
Respect.
I think so. That's the type of confidence in a fighter that I like. In Usman. He don't talk no shit until you cross the line, and then he'd be like, he'll say some African shit to throw you off. Like he'll be like, "I'll cut off your armpit," and it'll be like, "Huh?" and it's just a little scary. But yeah,
Okay.
George Masvidal just be trying to be on some thug shit.
I
He can fight. Don't get me wrong.
He came up doing backyard brawls for no money.
Brawling.
And he's been in the he's been in the UFC for a professional fighter for 10, 12 years, if not. He's older than Usman.
He's literally a fighter. Like he's a fighter. He's a life-born fighter.
Yeah.
If Fight Club was a real movie, he would be the founder.
Yeah.
It is a real movie. Shit, that's backyard brawls of Fight Club, basically. Except you can talk about it.
They weren't blowing up buildings, trying to destroy the system. I need to watch that movie again. It's a great movie.
Yeah, it is a great movie. It's a really good movie. Number one rule of Fight Club: don't talk about Fight Club.
Mm-hmm. But I think, I can't really. Okay, I'll go Us.
Got to.
I think it'll be a much better fight than it was last time, but
it is going to be.
I just feel like the same thing with Stipe. If Us is forced to shoot early,
yes, but I think Us throws them things too.
No, he does. But that's what I'm saying though. Like Stipe can box too, but like when Stipe started filling them haymakers, he said, "Oh, let me shoot because that's how I won last time." And my man said, "Nope, we're not going down that road today." And it was all downhill for him from there.
It was. It definitely was. But Francis Ngannou is a fucking mammoth human being.
Yeah, I wonder.
People aren't normally built like that.
People also don't work in sand
that's
mines
what I'm
as
saying.
children.
He
also wasn't that big when he left.
Of course not.
But
what I'm saying is,
talk about genetics.
The eraser, like having that shit, that's just some natural born thing. Having the ability to just knock people out, because Deontay Wilder has it. He don't look nothing like what's his face?
Man, that's the pain from the sand mines. It's coming out through his
fist. That's the pain from the sand mines of 10 million slaves.
Mm-hmm.
And his left hand. He's left-handed, right-handed.
It don't matter.
Both of them.
Either one of them things touch you.
He picked up Shaq.
Night. Yeah.
Put Shaq on his shoulder
with the ease.
Like he was just like,
with the
took
ease.
like 3 steps and then just set him down. And Shaq was scared.
Shaq was giggling. I've never been picked up before.
he was giggling, and then he walked off, and then he was like, "So that was the first time I've ever been picked up."
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Right.
Hey, and Shaq is massive. We all know this. Shaq is his own breed of human.
Yeah, he's a small giant, literally.
mini monster. But yeah, I'm gonna go Ooze. Gotta go Ooze. Gotta go with the Ooze.
I'm gonna go with Zhang Weili and Shevchenko for the other two title fights. The rest, I don't know. Those are just my picks. The champions will stay champions.
We shall see.
But they're gonna be good.
We shall see. We shall see. We shall see.
All right, what else we got on there? Oh yeah, that's you about to get deep on us. Light workers versus dark workers. Hit him with the soliloquy, with the monologue. Let's go.
So I was reading this article that I found on the Enters of Nets that was entitled "Light Workers versus Dark Workers and Levels of Consciousness." It's 3 different things, all in separate. Well, it's 3 different topics, but they're all connected together. And understanding what a light worker was, which is basically the term is describing how you use your energy, whether it's for yourself or whether you're an outwards person. A dark worker is someone that works more so for themselves, and that's their contribution to the world is themselves.
Right.
It sounds selfish, but it's like it is selfish. But at the same time, when you think about people like that, they're very necessary. The great ones for the things they've done.
They're good. People who focus on being their best self are just good people.
Exactly. But I'm saying, like, when most people hear that and they automatically go to the extremes of whatever they hear.
Yeah, because selfish has a negative connotation. That's why I tell everyone to be more selfish, because like you gotta put like I was saying earlier, for whatever reason, going through this fast and not for whatever reason, go through this fast and letting go of this extra baggage has just allowed me to be more of me, and it's I've seen no downside.
Yeah,
period.
I think the thing with selfish is that gets
misconstrued.
Gets misconstrued and mixed in with the idea of like your self-worth. Like your work for yourself requires something from others. Like it requires you to
Ooh.
take something from somebody else. So then it's like
That's a good
it's
point.
like, I don't care if you're working on yourself, just don't take nothing from me.
Mhm.
Because what you need me for if you working on yourself? Like if we working on yourself, then that's different. But if you doing it, then I'm not in it. So I think that's where it gets misconstrued and mixed up. And I think that's where a lot of people misconstrue it and mix it up. But at the same time, it's one of those things that's beautiful and necessary, but if you don't do it correctly, it can be bad. But yeah, dark workers are more so they work inwards, focus on themselves. Light workers are people that
work outwards,
focus their energies. Of course, outwards. You help yourself from the outwards.
Yeah, that was the point. Because I think I read at least what you put up there in terms of it being two paths to the same end, because ultimately, like, someone that works inwardly to become their best self is going to be outwardly generous and caring and loving and so on and so forth. And then because like you can't do one without the other.
Way.
I mean, if you're your best self, like,
yeah, if
by definition, that's you.
Yes.
What are you getting at?
What I'm saying is you can only be your best self is if you're doing dark work the right way, as in.
Yeah, I'm just saying once you arrive at the destination, or then it will be shown. It will be demonstrated in the way you deal with other people and the way you can contribute to the spaces you're in. And the same thing, like if you are if you are pursuing just everyone else's benefit, you, even to be good at that or to improve at that, you have to improve yourself.
Exactly.
So it's really two sides of the same
light working
same coin.
It's the same thing if you do that the right way. But if you do it the wrong way, you're gonna fuck around and kill yourself and potentially harm others, because you know that you hear the idea you can't help nobody else till you can't help anybody till you help yourself.
Yeah,
and that goes hand in hand with you can't help yourself until you've helped somebody.
Facts.
So
one of the things my cousin says, shout out to Hazik, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So
facts.
Part of the reason why therapy is encouraged is because it improves your relationship with yourself. And when you have a better relationship with yourself, that sets the bar for the relationships you can have with other people, that you will have with other people.
Absolutely.
And then same note, if you're always, working outwards, in order for those things to improve, you're going to be forced to reflect on yourself. So
absolutely.
The way you do anything is the way you do everything.
I think light workers, I think the real difference between light workers and dark workers is empathy, in a sense, because I feel like light workers have a little bit more empathy and understanding of being able to learn from others before they learn from themselves, or they learn from others as they learn from themselves. Whereas dark work is like, I got to go through this for me to get it. I can't watch nobody else experience something and then like attribute that to my life. Like it's more so like I have to experience this and go through all these questions myself so that I can come out with the answers that are there, versus as someone else. Because like hand in hand. Like I said, everything is, you got to be doing it the right way. It has to be pure.
You end up in the same place.
You end up in the same place.
Because if you're just a beaming, radiant person, then everyone that's around you is going to benefit from your beaming radiance. No, just the same as someone who's, if you're beaming and radiant, you're beaming and radiant, whether you got there from working in or working out.
That is true.
Sweet.
So I guess my question, I was just going to ask the people, what are you, like, what does everybody think they are? I think I'm more of a light worker. I think I do a lot of outward work, and I think I do a lot of reflection. That's like, I do a lot of personal reflection and just reflection on things that I see and stuff like that. Like, I think I'm good at tying things together.
Isn't that more of a dark worker?
No. I mean, like, reflection on the work that I do for others. Like,
yeah,
that's how I get it.
Because it's still about you.
It's all about you.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're reflecting on what you did out there, then that's
maybe I said the wrong words. I'm reflecting on what
Yeah.
I be thinking,
Yeah, exactly.
but I don't only be thinking about me.
Okay.
Like, it's easy for me to put myself in somebody else's shoes.
Mm.
And I'm not saying that to say that I understand everyone's situation, because that's impossible, because I'm not everybody. But like to what I was saying, I feel like now I feel like I'm just talking about myself.
Oh, I thought you were about to land. I thought you were about to make a profound point.
I thought I was too. Then halfway through talking, I'm like, why I sound like I'm just like trying to hype myself up.
I don't know. Initially, I said I was both, but I'm definitely more of a dark worker. I think definitely more internal, because I like
definitely more of a dark worker.
As like I said, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So even as I've gotten better at my businesses, my performance at work has improved. And when I focus on things at work, my performance on my businesses improves. But I also know that, like, when I, correct all the errors in myself, the things that frustrate me about other people either stop frustrating me or they just go away.
Yeah.
Right. And so, like, as far as the empathy, like, I definitely, I feel like I'm empathetic, but not sympathetic. Because at the end of the day, results matter.
Results do matter.
Okay.
Results absolutely do matter. Results are the reason for the season. That's why you did it in the first place.
All right.
But
we appreciate y'all tapping in. Episode 10.
This was a little bit more solemn. Had some laughs.
Solemn? Not solemn.
Not solemn.
Substantive conversation.
Yeah,
is not solemn.
Watch this one. Put some jazz on in the background. Have you a nice red glass of wine. Sit by the fire.
You're gonna have to clip this and put it as the promo.
Absolutely.
So people know how to set the mood.
Yeah. Set the mood. Feel me.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.